All right, that is LAPD providing an ongoing admission that's going to be used against speaker companies and the people of the state. This is open engagement in what is terrorism, and then the entity that is monitoring you is then seeking to obstruct justice, naming the same people of the state, speaking to what is looking up your podcast. They're scared about your conversation while you're meandering around outside talking about LAPD and demons, and they're monitoring, and they're doing so in the demonic environment. If you recall, yesterday was June 3rd, 2024. The light source was directly over me as I stood at this same position in front of my apartment, and that was at 1:30. And you saw the LAPD engaging in the same exact conduct, which was stalking in a helicopter, and the engagement was flying back and forth right here in alignment, which was amplified in volume. You see the same demonic feature, which is amplification, stalking in the path, and the light source is in the same position it was yesterday at 1:30 approximately in the afternoon. That's capturing what is state surveillance. It is group stalking, it is demonic, and it is also incriminating everyone else that lives in that community. That vehicle driving on the street, that's crossing path. And the entity is doing so. They're not in sunlight, they're in engineered light. In sunlight, first of all, the sun is not going to be in this same position 11, 12, 3 hours from now, and still on this property, as I documented Heather Till engaging in group stalking yesterday while the entity flew over my head while I was standing at my office on the same property and the light source was directly over me. This was after 3 p.m. None of this is sunlight. The entity is driving in engineered light, coming onto the grounds, engaging in what is working in the engineered light, and doing so in concert with the entity that's stalking helicopters and engineered light under a light source that's directly above my head. Okay, the entity is engaged in what is a massive sex offense, and then recording my documentation and then playing it back to me, asking me questions about it is entirely psychotic. Everybody at this property is going to federal prison, and the personnel speaker companies are going to federal prison. It is currently 10:47 a.m. The light source is remaining over me, for example, directly over my head at the Upland Public Library. Same time of year analysis applies. In that video that I documented, you have the Upland Police Department group stalking while the light source, which would never be anywhere over my apartment in Los Angeles, it will not be over the Upland Public Library at 450 North Euclid Avenue at the same time, nor is that the sun that's over that venue. That's the pattern of conduct. That's the same state that's stalking in helicopters now that I'm in Los Angeles in the specific environment, equally a scientific impossibility. This is what the state is doing, and the state is engaging in that criminal system, which is surveillance in concert with the people. The people engaged in what was a documented act of obstruction of justice, and everybody related to that is going to federal prison. This is terrorism subject to in the workplace. It's 10:48 a.m. I want you to look at what remains, which is engineered light. It's just of a different hue. This is entirely demonic while I have real-time reactions to everything that I'm saying, and that demonic environment remains. That's malice, multiple layers of malice at that. This is P.O.C. I'm inside of building 1806, and this is exactly, you're going to look at the two videos together. The light source is over my head. This is where I stood yesterday, and LAPD was doing the exact same thing. Stalking, and they're also engaged in federal stalking on the video of the internet. Massive surveillance. P.O.C.